start with the prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Mukam karoti vacharam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Devatayam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swami Kuthi Namane. नमो आचार्य पादाय निताय कृपा प्रदाय गौर कथा धामदया नगर ग्राम तारे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we'll start with a short kirtan, and after listening to the beautiful exchanges by Vatsal Prabhu, so I'm really I was enjoying listening to it so much. So we'll hear something more about today in class. Okay, let's start with a short kirtan and let's start the class. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaurango Nitai Gaurango Jaya Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaurango Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaurango Jaya Gaura Hari. Nitai Gaurango Jaya Gaura Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Gaura 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 Hari. Navadip Chandra Gaura Hari. Navadip Chandra Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, सावेद भक्तवृंद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री गुरु महाराज की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. So I have been given this opportunity again one more time. Very mercifully, His Grace Anantavilas Prabhu has given me this opportunity of sharing some Krishna Katha, being able to speak of some Krishna Katha. And very recently, we had Narsimha Chaturdashi on the 22nd of May. So today, I would like to share something about Lord Narsimhadev and some pastimes of Lord Narsimhadev and his devotees. So we'll start with an incident. I want to share an incident which happened few years back in South Africa. So there was a little girl, and so this family, they were not fully into ISKCON, or they were not practicing devotees yet, but they used to come to the temple, they used to visit the temple, and the little girl, she was very, very attracted, and she got very, you know, she felt that closeness or felt the connection with Lord Narsimhadev. So she would always keep saying, Lion God, Lion God. And even her parents, they also liked the Lion God very much. Now this little girl, she used to go to school and always keep on speaking about her favorite Lion God. So all her friends also, they also got to know about the Lion God, Narsimhadev. So once what happened was that this little girl child, she was playing outside the house, which was like a narrow road or something, a street. So she was playing there in the lawn, and there was a street next to the lawn. And all her friends, they were playing with a ball. And while playing, this ball goes to the street. So the little girl runs towards the ball, and her father was standing at the balcony on the first floor of the house. And he was overlooking, trying to see that the girl is safe, and he was overlooking. And he was standing right there. And when he saw that the girl child is running towards the ball, he saw that at the same time, there was a truck. Here we call it truck. In India, we call it truck. I don't know. Maybe in other countries they call it lorry or something. But it was a big truck, and the truck was coming in full speed. And his father was standing on the first floor. He saw that the girl child is running towards the road, and this truck is rushing in a high speed. And the father is, the first reflex that comes. He started shouting, screaming at the top of his voice, calling out to the daughter by her name that, okay, don't go to the road, don't go on the roadside, don't go on the road. But the girl child couldn't hear because she was playing, and she was, she was in her own playful mood. So she ran towards the ball, and what the father saw, and it all happened in a very short span of time. So the father saw that this truck came and hit the girl child and passed. So the truck did not stop. It hit the child and it passed. And the father, not able to understand what to do, he just jumped from the first floor to save.
कपड़ा है हाँ ओके देखिए कि तुम्ही खाচ্ছো
I would request you please mute everyone so that, because I think there's some noises coming. If you can please mute everyone. So this father, he jumped from the first floor from his balcony, and he thought that he's going to save the girl child when he saw this truck coming. But what happened was, when the father jumped from the balcony, obviously it was just first floor and the height was not much. But what happened was, when the father fell, he fell in such a way that he got hurt in his knees and he was unable to even stand up after that. So just imagine the situation that a father in desperate need to help the child jumps from the first floor but falls on his knees in such a way that after that he is unable to get up, and he's seeing this in front of his eyes. The truck has just come and hit the girl child and gone. So there were people around and there were the kids playing. So they all went running there and they lifted the child and immediately took the father also, and they rushed to the hospital. And after going to the hospital, they explained that this is what has happened, this accident has happened, and we need emergency care. So the girl child was rushed into an emergency, and she was unconscious. She was lying there unconscious, and all the x-rays and everything was taken. And now this doctor calls the nurse and asks for the reports of this child, of this girl, little girl. And the nurse comes with all the reports. When the doctor sees the reports, he yells at the nurse. He says that you have to be more careful. You cannot be so laid back. When I'm asking you for reports of somebody, how can you get the wrong reports? This is an emergency case. So the doctor starts yelling at the nurse, and the nurse is very confused. She says that, but I have got the right reports. These are the reports of the patient you requested for. So he said that, no, that's not possible. The patient I am, the reports that I'm asking for is a small child of, I think was 5 or 6 years, if I'm not wrong. That was her age at that time, or maybe 6, 7 years, whatever. So he said that this child, is hit by a truck, and after being hit by a truck, went all the way across the street and fell. And now, her reports that you are getting, these reports are perfectly normal. There is no problem with these reports. This patient is absolutely fine. So just go get those reports. So the nurse is confused. She says, but doctor, I have got the right reports. So the doctor goes, does the reports again, does all the x-rays again. Because he sees that, yeah, it is the right report. So he goes and does all the x-rays, all whatever the reports were done, blood reports or whatever was done, he redid everything. And again, the reports come and he sees that the reports are all normal. All the bones are fine. Everything is fine. No fracture, nothing. No damage in the brain. Nothing has happened. Everything is fine. Blood reports are normal. Everything is normal. So he goes to the room of the patient, and that's when this child also starts to gain some consciousness. So the doctor rechecks her. So now this doctor sees the patient. This is the first time he comes and sees the patient, and he looks at the patient and he's very surprised, because even externally, the child looks perfectly normal. She had no scratches, no wounds. Just imagine if anybody of our age also was was to fall off from a bike or from a bicycle also, if we fall on the road, obviously we'll have bruises. Some bruises will be there. Now, this incident is, this girl child was hit by a truck and goes and falls on the other side of the road. And even after that, forget about what reports are saying internally, externally also she had no bruises, no cuts, nothing. Absolutely normal, absolutely fine. And she looked blissful, very happy. Okay, no signs of pain also. So she just comes to consciousness and she says, I have a little, uh, you know, burn or, pain on my back, on this shoulder. So the doctors check her and sees that there's a scratch. And the scratch, this mark looks like that of a sharp, like, a nail. Like if a sharp nail touches someone, so you understand that, okay. So the doctor says that, the doctor questions the parents that, you came with this case that, she was hit by a truck, but externally and internally we did all the checkups and she looks completely fine. No signs of being hit by a truck, but rather, there is a sign that she was attacked or she was, she has, come in close proximity or some kind of encounter with a wild animal. So the parents and the others who were there sitting outside, they said, no, 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 we have seen it with our eyes. She was hit by a truck. She fell on the other side of the road. And no wild animals were there. No animals were there. So the doctor is completely surprised. Now, they all come to the child and they ask her that, do you remember anything? What happened? So she says, yes, I remember what happened. And then she says what happened. When she was running to get the ball, she looks on her side and she saw the truck coming. But since she's a child, she just thought of lion god because that lion god is her favorite. So she just thought lion god will take care of me. She did not think much about anything else. She just said lion god will take care of me. And then what she saw is that her lion god personally came, lifted her in his arms, took her on the side of the road, and laid her down under a tree on the other side of the road. But when he was trying to take his hands out, that's when his nail scratched her back. And so now many of you must be thinking, okay, this is what is this? The doctors and the nurses also thought the same thing. They thought that, what are you even saying? We are unable to understand. In South Africa, not even India. In India, at least, okay, people have, at least if they don't know the pastimes, they have at least heard the name of Narsimhadev. But here in South Africa, people are not even aware. What is she talking about? What lion god? What is lion god? And what kind of creature came and lifted her up when the truck was coming in full speed? How is it that he's not hit, she's hit? And why did others not see him? So she explained that this lion god is God. And he came and he protected her. He took care of her, nicely placed her on the other side of the road, and then he went. So when she narrated this, and when the doctors, the nurses, and everyone who were present there, when they heard this from her, they realized that she's not lying. She's not lying at all. She's actually sharing her actual experience of what has happened. Because the reports and everything else also points out to the same thing, whatever she was saying. So that's when these doctors, the nurses, and everyone became very fond of lion god, and they all became devotees. So our lion god is none other than Lord Narsimhadev, because he is that merciful, and he's not different from Krishna. Krishna comes in various forms just to protect his devotees. So many times when we have to start a class also, we see that, okay, has everyone joined? Because we think that, okay, if only one person has joined and others have not joined, should we start the class or not? We wait for everyone to join. But Krishna, he doesn't wait, that he doesn't see the number that, okay, how many people are waiting for me, only then I will go. No, he just comes running when even one devotee calls out to him intensely. And that is how we will move to the next pastime of the appearance of Lord Narsimhadev. Just like we saw here, this little girl called out to Lord, her favorite lion god, and he came running. She saw Narsimhadev face to face. She saw him face to face. If we call out to Krishna intensely, we will be able to see him face to face. But the thing is, we do not have that sincerity. We do not have that conviction. We still lack that purity. We just need conviction, and we just need to take complete shelter of the Supreme Lord. And Lord Narsimhadev removes all the obstacles from our paths of spiritual life. Challenges, obstacles are all removed by praying to Lord Narsimhadev. So we should regularly pray to Lord Narsimhadev to remove all the obstacles that are there in our path. Now, moving to the pastime, how Lord Narsimhadev appeared. Here also, Narsimhadev did not wait for having like 10 devotees or 100 devotees, that, okay, when I see that there are 100 people standing in the queue, then I will go down. Or 1,000 people, or at least, okay, these many number of people. No, just one little child calling out to him, and he comes. So we all know about Prahlad Maharaj. And this incident, now this incident of South Africa happened few years ago. But this incident has happened many, many years ago. It happened in Satya Yuga. And Prahlad Maharaj was also a little child. But he was born in the family of demons. So demons are basically persons. There are two classes of men. One are the class of men who are called Sura, and the other class of men are called Asura. Sura are people who are who accept that Vishnu is the Supreme Lord, and they take shelter of Lord Vishnu for everything. And Asuras are people who do not accept the Supreme Lord. They do not accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. And they are very materialistic by nature. So in Kali Yuga also, we see that people are so materialistic. In fact, in Kali Yuga, people are more materialistic. But this classification has been there since a very long time, from the beginning of the creation of this universe. At that time also, there were Suras and Asuras. At this time, the materialistic mindset of people is increasing. And that is why we hear people saying that, they proudly say, oh, we are atheistic. We do not believe in God. Because they are very materialistic minded. They think that they can control everything. So, going back to Prahlad Maharaj, he was born in the family of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was his father. And Hiranyakashipu was materially very, very empowered, very powerful person. Just like if you think of somebody who is very rich, very opulent, has a lot of power, whether manpower or whether it is physical power, he had both. So, and he had done a lot of austerities also to get those kinds of abilities and powers. So Hiranyakashipu was very, very powerful materially. And Prahlad, from his very birth, is a devotee. And he always took shelter of Vishnu for whatever maybe the situation. He always took shelter of Vishnu. And from his very childhood, when he was 5 years of age, his father put him in school. Now, this school uh, is also a school of atheists who were preaching that Hiranyakashipu is the god. And everything we learn now was opposite in their planet because it's a demoniac planet, it's a demoniac place. So they were teaching that Vishnu is not God, Hiranyakashipu is God. But Prahlad Maharaj, since he was a devotee from his very birth, and how did he become a devotee? Because he heard about Bhagavad Dharma and he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from the lips of a pure devotee, that is Narad Muni. So, because Prahlad Maharaj heard about Bhagavatam and about the Supreme Lord from a pure devotee, that is why he became a pure devotee. This is the power of pure devotees. As they were discussing, just by their glance, one can get purified of the sins of millions of their past lifetimes. That is the power, that is the potency in one glance of a pure devotee. Our Srila Prabhupada, he went to the West and just by his association, the hippies got transformed into pure devotees. There were so many people. We find it difficult if you ask your family member that why don't you chant one round? Why don't you try to do this? It's very difficult, isn't it? We cannot convince or transform even one person in our own family. Forget about transforming the family members, we cannot transform ourselves also. We ourselves find it so difficult to do certain things. What to speak of others? But here, this is the power of a pure devotee. Just the association. Lava matra, sadhu sanga, sarva shastra hoy. Lava matra, sadhu sanga, sarva siddhi hoy. So, sadhu sanga, the association of pure devotees is so powerful and so auspicious that one moment of an association with a pure devotee can transform one's entire life, and their life becomes auspicious, and the benefits, the merits, or the what you receive cannot be really described or explained in words. So that is what our Srila Prabhupada did, and Srila Prabhupada disciples, they are also all pure devotees. So coming back to, and this came from the topic that because Prahlad Maharaj heard from the lips of a pure devotee, Narad Muni, that is why he immediately became a pure devotee from the womb itself. So as soon as he was born, his focus was always on Lord Vishnu, on the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, and he always meditated on the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. But his father was just the opposite. His father expected that everyone should focus and meditate only on his feet and not on Lord Vishnu's feet. And that is what demons do. That is what atheists do. They just want everyone to surrender to them and to serve them, to respect them. They don't like people respecting the Supreme Lord. So anyway, coming back to this, now Prahlad Maharaj, as soon as he was admitted in school, what he did was he started preaching his friends, all his classmates. They are all 5-6-year-old kids. Just imagine, 5-6 years is what? Very young. So the kids started saying that why should we discuss about Krishna consciousness at such a young age? Let's play, let's enjoy. So Prahlad Maharaj told them that it is very important for an intelligent person to introduce themselves into Krishna consciousness from a very young age. It is very important for an intelligent person to come into Krishna consciousness at a young age. Because in Kali Yuga, anyways, our lifespans are very less, max 100 years. And even in that, we do not know how much time we are going to live. So one should not waste their time, because this human birth is very rare. And once you lose this opportunity, this rare opportunity, then you have lost a very big, very, very big opportunity. You are at a very big loss. So he started teaching his young friends that, okay, my dear friends, because all of you come from a very good material background and you are all very intelligent. So let us focus on Krishna consciousness. And he started preaching to them. So the teachers, they see that, my God, these little kids, they are speaking of the enemy clan, about Vishnu. Vishnu is the enemy clan. And we have to inform our king. So they go to Hiranyakashipu and they start complaining. And Hiranyakashipu gets very angry. This is the nature of materialistic people, that they get very angry as soon as things are not happening according to their desire. I want this. If I don't get it, I will do whatever it takes to do it, to get it. So he gets very angry and he calls his son and he says that, who has taught you all these things? Tell me, who has taught you all these things and where are you getting your power from? Now, Hiranyakashipu was very proud of the fact that everyone in the three planetary systems are scared of him. Even Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, who are so powerful, even they were scared of him. Because Hiranyakashipu was that powerful. He could just turn everything topsy-turvy. So everyone was very scared of Hiranyakashipu. So Hiranyakashipu was completely shocked that how is this little boy, 5-year-old boy, where is he getting this, this fearlessness from? Where is he getting this strength from of standing in front of me and telling me that Lord Vishnu is the supreme God? So Prahlad, he does not react to this. He is always respectful to everyone. That is the nature of a devotee. Amanena manadena. Even when somebody is not giving respect to that person, the devotee always sees him and gives him all respect. That is the nature of a devotee. And Prahlad was a pure devotee. So Prahlad, with folded hands, he said that, my dear father, please try to understand that all the strength, all the intelligence, all our abilities, everything comes from the Supreme Lord Krishna. Everything comes from the Supreme Lord. So the source from where you are getting all your abilities and power and strength, from the same source and origin, I am also getting it. So Hiranyakashipu gets very angry. Obviously, if you go and tell somebody who does not want to hear all these things, you don't expect that they will come and hug you. Obviously, they will get very, very angry. So he gets very angry and he orders that Prahlad should be killed. So he tries so many atrocities on him. Prahlad Maharaj is pushed from a high cliff, from a high hill, mountain, so that he falls and he dies. Then he's thrown into a pit full of poisonous, venomous snakes. He's put in an arena where mad elephants are left free so that they can go and crush him. He was put in the middle of fire so that he can be burned. But whenever all these things were done, Prahlad Maharaj was not disturbed. That is the nature of a pure devotee. They are never disturbed, neither in distress nor in happiness. They are always equipoised. So Prahlad Maharaj, he was not disturbed. Every time he would just take shelter of Lord Vishnu and pray to him. And every time Lord Vishnu would protect him. But this time, Hiranyakashipu was so infuriated, so angry that he took out his sword, and he pointed out that you are saying your Lord Vishnu is giving me all this strength. Now tell me, where is your Lord? Is he here present? So Prahlad says, yes, Father. Lord Vishnu is present everywhere. Every moment he is present everywhere. So Hiranyakashipu points out to a pillar and he says, is your Lord present here? Tell me right now, is your Lord present in this pillar? And Prahlad Maharaj, because he is trying to tell his father that yes, Vishnu is present everywhere. So he says, yes, Father, he's present in this pillar as well. And Hiranyakashipu gets very angry and he just goes to Prahlad and about to chop his head off with the sword. As soon as he reaches Prahlad, there's a loud roar and thunder that happens. Loud roaring and thunder. And Hiranyakashipu gets bewildered. He's like, where is this sound coming from? This thundering coming from? And he immediately sees that the pillar that he pointed out to starts shaking. When he sees that this pillar is shaking, he's completely bewildered that how is this pillar shaking? And Hiranyakashipu gives one tight blow on the pillar with his fist, thinking that, whatever it is, I can take charge of it. I can control the situation. So he gives a big blow with his fist on the pillar. And when he does that, the pillar cracks. And from there comes out a very, very unique, unseen, ever before, beautiful form of Lord Vishnu, but in the form of the most ferocious and wild looking form, which was half man and half lion. He had so many arms, and his body was so tall, was so huge that his entire body reached to the skies. And Hiranyakashipu was just looking at this form, and he realized that the Supreme Lord has come, and this is going to be his last moment. He is going to die, that is for sure. But because the demons, they do not realize this fact. So they think that they can still take control of everything. They can still control the situation. That is the situation of the demons. Their intelligence is so low that they do not understand that they cannot control or do anything. We are ultimately dependent on Krishna. So Hiranyakashipu, thinking that way, he immediately takes out his gada. What is gada called in English? Club. He takes the club and right, is it called the club? Can somebody confirm this? Okay, yes.
Club is correct.
Okay, so then he brings out the club, and thank you, Kaku. Thank you very much. So he takes this club and he gets ready for fighting with Hiranyakashipu, with Narsimhadev, and then the fight starts. For some time, Narsimhadev, just like a cat plays with a mouse, or just like a lion plays with, with the prey. Usually, the tigers, they play with the prey. That's how the cat family, when they have to catch a prey, for some time they play around, and then they finally catch it. So even Lord Narsimhadev, for some time, he just like playing, he was fighting with Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu was fighting with all his vigor and strength and everything, trying to, and he was thinking that he's winning the battle. Because every time he would hit Narsimhadev would, sometimes show that, okay, he has been hit. But then again, Narsimhadev would just give another blow and Hiranyakashipu would be thrown apart, on the other side. So this battle was going on. And then finally, when it was dusk, when it was just when the evening and the night, that middle part of that time, um, Lord Narsimhadev lifts Hiranyakashipu, goes to the. Please give me a moment. So as soon as Hiranyakashipu, as soon as this Sandhya is called Sandhya in Hindi, at this time, Lord Narsimhadev picks up Hiranyakashipu, puts him on his lap, and then just tears open him, and then takes out his heart, throws it away, and then takes out all the intestines, and then wears it on his neck. But he was still very, very angry. He was very angry. Lord Narsimhadev was very angry. And nobody could dare to go in front of him. Even Lord Brahma was very scared that Lord Narsimhadev, Lord is looking very angry. So they all request Prahlad Maharaj, who is just a little boy, 5-year-old kid. Imagine Indra, Brahma, they are not ready to go to Narsimhadev. But the little kid, he says, okay. And he goes and he prays to Lord Narsimhadev. And as soon as Lord sees Prahlad, he becomes so pleased. He picks up Prahlad and keeps it on his lap. And then he, just as a mother lion, licks the cubs, he starts licking Prahlad Maharaj. So this pastime of Lord Narsimhadev, why did Lord Narsimhadev do this pastime? Why did he come as half man and half lion? Now there is a shloka, a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, in this describing the pastimes of Prahlad and Narsimhadev. And the first line of this verse is Satyam Vidhatum Nijabhitta Bhashitam. Anything that the pure devotee speaks from his lotus mouth has to come true. It becomes true. The Lord makes it happen. So here are two things. When Hiranyakashipu was doing all the austerities in order to become immortal, because he was thinking that he can become immortal and nobody will be able to kill him. So he was meditating and he was trying to do all these austerities and sacrifices to please Lord Brahma, so that he can get all these blessings that yes, he can become immortal. But Lord Brahma said that I cannot give you this kind of a blessing that you will become immortal. So Hiranyakashipu, thinking himself to be very intelligent, he planned out and he made a huge list that, okay, you cannot give me this straight cut blessing that I cannot become immortal. Fine. Give me a blessing that no human being can kill me and no animals can kill me. No devatas can kill me. I cannot die in the morning or in the night. I will not die outside my house or inside my house. I will not be killed by a weapon or by any, no weapons can kill me or no animals can kill me. So this way he made a huge list and Lord Brahma had to say, okay, tathastu, tathastu, tathastu. Now, Lord Brahma has already given blessing that, okay, I cannot give you the blessing of being immortal, but I bless you that whatever else you have asked for will come true. On the other side, the little pure devotee, Lord Prahlad Maharaj, when he was asked by his father, tell me, is your Lord present in this pillar or not? Prahlad said, yes, father. He is present everywhere and he is present in this pillar also. So here also, to make this statement come true and to make all the statements that Lord Brahma has made also should come true, the Lord took this special form of half man and half lion. Not an animal, not a human being, not the devatas, not demigods, but the Supreme Lord himself. Now, because he is a demon, he did not accept the power of the Supreme Lord. He underestimated the power of the Supreme Lord. So he did not ask Brahma that even the Supreme Lord should not kill me. So here the Supreme Lord comes himself. And what does he do? No astra, no shastra. What does he do? He uses his nails. Where does he sit? Not outside the house or inside the house, but in the middle, which is called chaukhar in Hindi, the middle portion. He sits there and not on the ground, not in the sky. So where does he place Hiranyakashipu? On his lap. And then not in the day, not in the night, so in the sandhya, in the dusk time, what does he do? He tears open his stomach and then he wears his intestines. He kills Hiranyakashipu and then throws the body away. Why does he do this? Someone may think, oh, this sounds very, gory and gross. But what was Hiranyakashipu doing? He was a demon. He was troubling Prahlad Maharaj so much. Unthinkable atrocities he was doing on Prahlad Maharaj. And just to protect this devotee, Lord Narsimhadev, Lord comes himself in this form to protect his devotee. So this is how merciful our Lord is. When we call out to him, he comes running. He does not see what time it is or what is the situation. When you call out to him intensely, he comes running at that moment. This is how merciful our Lord is. In the first incident, which is just few years ago, the little girl child called out to her favorite lion god, and Lord Narsimhadev came at that time also. It is not some 200 years back. So, and Prahlad Maharaj, even he was a little child. And the Lord did not make him wait. As soon as Hiranyakashipu was about to kill him with his sword, Narsimhadev appears himself to protect his devotee. And he did not say that, oh, this is just one devotee. How can I go just for one devotee and give all my time? No, he did an entire pastime for just one devotee. So that is our Lord Narsimhadev. That is and that is the power of a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. So with this, I would like to stop here, and I hope this gives some, helps all of us by hearing these pastimes. May we develop this level of conviction and love and devotion towards the Supreme Lord, towards Krishna, towards Lord Narsimhadev. And let us all pray to Lord Narsimhadev to remove the obstacles, the challenges that we face, and because of which we are unable to progress or to make the right movements towards our path of spiritual life. So let us pray to Lord Narsimhadev because he is very merciful. He is very dangerous to all the demons. But to his devotees, he's just like a mother lion who very gently picks up the cubs. But when that same lion has to kill an animal, those same teeth, those sharp teeth becomes death for that other animal. But for its own cubs, for its own children, they are just very gentle. So our Lord is also like that. For the devotees, Supreme Lord is very merciful, very merciful. But if somebody tries to disturb the devotees, to trouble the devotees, for such demons, the Supreme Lord is very dangerous. And to materialistic people or to atheists, Lord comes as death personified. But to the devotees, the Lord comes himself to receive the devotees. Please come with me. Please come back to our abode. Because once somebody becomes a devotee, then Krishna is our family. We become Krishna's family. And Krishna's home becomes our home as well. So with this, I would like to stop and end the class here. If there are any questions or comments, please raise your hand and we can take them. Okay. If there are no questions or comments, then Prabhu, should we stop here or?
I think Lalu Kaku is there.
Okay. Yes. Yes, Kapu.
You have to unmute Kaku.
You have explained us very nicely, and we thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Kaku. Whatever I'm sharing is basically also a reminder to myself, and these pastimes are so sweet that when we hear a pastime, if we just try to visualize them in our mind as we are hearing it, as we are hearing the narrations, then that also helps us develop a lot of conviction, because we can really visualize and we can really feel that, oh my God, this is what must have happened. So so when I'm narrating, I'm also trying to myself, remember those visualizations as I get when I hear some classes, when I hear from the senior devotees. I'm just trying to give what I have received. Hare Krishna. So
Hare Krishna.
yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji, for this very wonderful graphic class. Is very, very wonderful that you shared the appearance of Lord Narsimhadev and the pastimes of Lord Narsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj. So, and since there's one thing which I was reading very recently, I just wanted to share for all of us. A disciple of Srila Prabhupada, his name is His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. So Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, he hailed from, if I'm not wrong, he was from Rajkot, and he was a pure devotee of the Lord, and very wonderfully he had this taste for Bhagavatam, as Shyama Karunamayee Mataji was sharing. So before the class, Lalu Kaku was sharing that, okay, this is from the 7th canto of Bhagavatam. So Maharaj shares one very beautiful thing. He has actually, he left this world about 14 years back, but he said one very beautiful thing that really touched me. That is, whatever we hear, if there is something in this, like if we can take back into this into our life and practice, and when we come to the class, if we can actually pray to the Lord that, okay, oh Lord, please bless me so that whatever I am going to hear today, may I be able to practice this in my life. Then by doing that, what happens is our transformation journey starts. So that thing I just wanted to share, so that, like, okay, we are coming here together over the weekend, and whatever I'm sharing, it's first thing, it's applicable for me also, like, okay, because Shyama Karunamayee Mataji is very wonderfully sharing, and if there is anything out of these that we can take forth and, like, okay, we can apply, then certainly we'll see that, okay, the changes, the transformation that will start coming in our life. That's all I wanted to share. Hare Krishna. Thank you once again, Mataji, for this very wonderful class. Yes, Lalu Kapoor.
Karunamayee Mataji, I just wanted to tell that whatever you have narrated now, whatever you have told us, oh, definitely from my angle, I am telling, I have read many times in the books, many times in the Prabhupada's books, in Bhagavatam, and so many other the religious book. But same thing, when we listen from a saintly person, from the Lord's devotee, it is a special charm in that. And I get a special taste in that. And same thing, I have the same taste I have got today when you were explaining us. Thank you very much.
I wanted to also just show this little book because we were speaking on Prahlad Maharaj and Narsimhadev. This is a very, very thin book.
Yeah, I have that. I have
Yeah.
that.
So all the devotees here, they can, if, and they are these are um, like Prahlad Maharaj, Lord Narsimhadev's appearance, and this is there in the seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. But many times maybe uh, we are not able to read Srimad Bhagavatam, or we will not get the opportunity to sit and read such huge books right now. We should desire, of course, our desire should be there to be able to read Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. We should definitely desire these things. But at least, these little books by Srila Prabhupada, he has taken out these beautiful pastimes and he has put in these books. So if you want, you can buy them online and just read them to your kids at home, because they are very, very they will also enjoy, they will also learn about uh, lion god, and they may also take shelter. We do not know, sometimes we fail to take shelter in the right way, but kids, they are so pure, they are so innocent, they are so simple that they can take the essence very easily. And for successful parenting is when the kids take up Krishna consciousness. That is success of parenting. So with that, I would like to end here. And if there is nothing more to, no more questions or comments, then I think we can
Does anyone
stop.
have any questions or comments?
Mataji, just thank you. You had a really good class today. I appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
We can see Tulsi also. Hare Krishna, Tulsi.
Oh, the
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
can see she's putting her hands and
Hare Krishna. And Lalu Kaku, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was telling that this is a Prahlad Maharaj book. What Samakaran, this Karunamayee was showing. I have this book and I have already read this.
isn't it very sweet? Because so
Very
much.
sweet, very sweet, very sweet. But as I told you, when I read this from book, when I listen from you, it's a little different taste, and I I like that. That's what I was telling you.
So that's where, okay, I just want to share, okay, what I have heard from my spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, that we should hear this pastimes, and then we should read it. So by hearing this, what will happen? This graphic things will fit in our mind, but somehow or other, okay, we may not be able to remember all these details, because when we are hearing, things go very fast. But when we read it after that, then we can actually relish, like, oh, these are the graphic details, these are what were being referred like that.
Yeah,
So
that's correct. Yeah.
then we really relish that taste. But having said that, like, okay, the way today you have narrated Shyama Karunamayee Mataji, like, it is very nicely actually. And this is this is what as you are visualizing, you are taking us into that particular Leela by your wonderful narration. So thank you very much. Did we lose Shyama Karunamayee Mataji? I think she had some connection issue. Nandini Priya Mataji, you wanted to say something?
No, you asked, no, Prabhuji, did we lose Shyam?
Yeah. Okay, I think maybe because of some internet issue, like, okay, we may have lost her. So thank you all once again very much. Hare Krishna. We'll see you again next week. Um, Okay, I think we lost her. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.